Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be playing through the 7 Deadly Sins 2-player dungeon in order to farm the crystal or fragments in order to monster exchange for the sacred and cursed key weapon assists. So the idea of this team is I'm going to be utilizing Pixel Woodsie in order to have an easy leader skill that has auto follow attack damage, and I need one double row maker that does not make wood orbs. And depending on which double row maker you choose to use will dictate how many skill boosts you have to have on your team, because as you can see from the right hand side, I have a bunch of open inherit slots. They had things inherited, it's just from beforehand, I didn't change them, but you don't need anything else to truly succeed outside of the skill boost required. And the only kind of like harder requirement would be Enola, I'd say. But at the same time, if you have something that can make a box of wood or something that can make enough wood orbs to guarantee a VDP, you can get by with that. And the other thing you need is an Awoken Bind Clear, just for earlier on the dungeon. It needs to have at least 5 turns. You probably have something that is able to do so. So, when playing through this dungeon, it's relatively straightforward as long as you just follow the instructions on the right hand side, because on floor 1, there's a combo shield, but that's where the double row maker comes in handy. So I will pop Zeus Dios and then my double row maker, and then I will solve it. That's 7 combos, and it fulfills Woodsie's leader skill requirement for big damage. Overcome the spawn. Don't even have to have Skyfalls, and I'm okay. And then a lot of Zeus Dios swiping after that. So I'm gonna use Zeus Dios, and wow, solving easy. So some of the Zeus Dios you'll see have higher damage. It's because they had like various assists that were there from before, like co-op boost or attack roll above 80%. But those are not necessary. There should be more than enough damage because on a Zeus Dios swipe it's easy. So Zeus Dios swipe, spinners, what are spinners? Not an issue to you apparently. Alright. On floor 4, I use my Awoken Bind Clear and then Zeus Dios and then swipe. So my Awoken Bind Clear is on the Woodsie that's available. So I'm going to use that now. I'm going to use the Zeus Dios. Bam. Easy solve. Go to the next one. So they do a skill delay, but Enola's has more than enough skill boosts from other wings. She will be ready in time. So again, Zeus Dios, whoops. Press Zeus Dios, swiping, on to the next floor. Alright, got gravity, not an issue, because don't care about the RCV debuff. So the advantage of this team as well, it's easy to use, and it's relatively farmable. Most of the stuff here are farmable stuff, like, I could have used, like, potentially Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any other double row maker and just add more skill boosts as necessary. Enola does, obviously, is a rare machine card. So I get leader swap, not a big deal. So I'm going to use a, whoops, wrong count, Zeus Dios. So if you have an alt account, just funnel them over Zeus Dios and a Pixel Woodsie. It's reasonably straightforward at that point. And at the same time, if you don't care about your alt account, you can just trade over drops if you really want it. So on the final floor, they do have a void, and that's why Enola exists on this team. So I'm going to use my Enola, and I've got to take care that there are no wood orbs present. So I just need 1 VDP and it's enough. Enola has the killers and the big damage, and I'm done. So it's a relatively straightforward and brainless way to farm this. If you have the luxury of 2 accounts, and you have a lot of Zeus Dioses from back in the day when they were a thing, you can make a relatively easy farming build in order to acquire these shards. So let me know what you think about farming this dungeon in the comments below. Do you plan to do it in co-op, or do you plan to do it in solo with dungeon boost bonuses? And if you are interested in why I am farming this dungeon, you should check out my previous video explaining the sacred and cursed keys and which weapon assist to pursue. Either way, hopefully you all have a fantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.